everyone, it's Morphin Mania time. I'm Captain Logan, and there is DJ Martinez. And look, it's my son, Freddy. Freddy, you ready to watch some Power Rangers?
Yep.
Freddy has not been on this show yet. We thought we would let him try it out and hang out with us while we watch some more Power Rangers Turbo. Freddy, do you like this one?
I haven't watched this yet.
You haven't watched any Turbo? Freddy, what is your favorite Power Ranger series?
Somebody asked that last night on the show, so I'm glad.
Yeah, Freddy knows his Power Rangers really well. I guess he hasn't seen Turbo, but he's seen a lot of them. Is it Beast Morphers right now? Because I know you watch a crazy amount of Beast Morphers. Yeah? Is that your favorite right now? All right, well, we are getting into the 4th episode of Power Rangers Turbo. And by 4th, I guess I mean sort of 2nd, because we have a 3-part premiere, even though that 3rd part feels like it should have been sort of its own thing. But it sort of won me over on it being a 3-parter by the end. But it was a weird transition, right? Because the end of that 2nd episode really felt like a definitive ender for that episode.
So we'll call this one 2.5.
Yeah.
This is episode 2.5, Shadow Rangers.
Yeah, I guess we're doing I didn't realize the Shadow Rangers were this early. I guess we're doing the Evil Ranger thing in our 2nd episode.
Yeah, this is something from this season I've actually seen.
Oh, really? I don't know if I have or not. I mean, back in the day, I'm sure I did, but I don't remember it. I haven't gone back to much of this show as an adult.
Yeah, it's the laziest Evil Rangers. It might be more lazy than the Zed Rangers.
I didn't know such a thing was possible.
The Dark Rangers.
Oh, well, we'll have to see. I'm more excited now. I think I'm more excited to see what that looks like, since I don't remember, than I would be if you said the production value was great.
Yeah, it's not even like it's funny bad like the Dark Rangers from season 2. It's just like
Is it just generic?
Yeah.
Okay, so Freddy, what we do on the show is we watch Power Rangers and we react to it and we say things. More watch Power Rangers. That's the whole idea. We just give you our real-time impressions of Power Rangers, because I don't like reaction videos, so naturally I'm doing an entire series of reaction videos.
Anybody is qualified to do this, Freddy. No worries. The 8s that play Bulk and Skull in this season are probably almost qualified to do what we do. You just need a command of the human language.
Wait.
Man, I feel real thrown under the bus right now.
DJ, do you know the episode where Bulk and Skull dream to be Power Rangers?
Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah, we watched that. It was a long time ago at this point, but yeah. You like that one?
That's in season 2, season 3?
I think so.
I forget where exactly that is. But yes, we do remember that. Okay, without further ado, let's get going here. Everybody, make sure that you're watching episode 4 of Power Rangers Turbo and get it at timestamp 0 and get ready to press play when I say now. Okay, here we go. Everybody, please press play right now. You know what? Everybody might be qualified to do what I do, DJ, or what we're doing right now, but not everybody can say right now the way I do.
I didn't get the intro.
This season has a lot of episodes that don't do the intro right away. They have teasers.
Okay.
They do it more like Star Trek, where they'll have a teaser and then the intro.
Just wanted to make sure I was with you guys, looking at this beautiful race car.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, I had to change where my audio was coming out.
Hopefully I don't sound like Zordon, because he's not here anymore. He abandoned us.
That's right. He's Blue Ranger and a kid. Freddy's getting everybody acclimated to the show. So what, you know about Justin, but you don't know the show?
Oh,
maybe
man,
he's
reckless
seen
Justin.
The movie, I don't remember.
He's so dangerous.
And there's Tommy, really into race cars all of a sudden.
Oh man, his shoestring stuck. That's quite the teaser.
Yeah, but I like the teaser thing. I actually kind of wish they had done that in Zeo too. Space does it too. I think after this we keep doing that quite a bit in at least the rest of the Zordon era, if not beyond it.
Yeah, if we're gonna watch the intro every time anyway, I like it that way.
Yeah.
The skip intro thing is still here, so that's a cool feature that even though there's before it, you can still skip to the.
Yep. Well,
you want to be that guy who has to like put the marker in for the skip intro on all these shows?
They might have some way with an algorithm or something to like know where that happens. I guess I'm not sure how you do that, but maybe they don't have to manually add that in.
Yeah, I'm sure they
don't
could
know.
do something once they know how long the intro is from the first one. But if the teaser is always different links, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But the nice thing about having the teaser, a teaser before the intro, is we may sometimes have things to keep talking about through the intro, so we don't have to be like, what the heck are we gonna? We've seen this intro 6,000 times.
Yeah. Oh, look at this new guy. Are they getting married? What's happening?
I don't know. Apparently, that guy is still freaking creepy.
Show was ahead of its time in the 90s. Elgar.
So this is a weird show in that I like both actresses, we've talked about this, who play Divatox. I like their villain okay. Everyone she surrounds herself with is either generic or too creepy to look at. And I don't like
that
them.
Guy's face behind the porthole helmet is really weird. I've never noticed his mouth.
He's like Edgar from Men in Black. Is that better?
So now Tommy's just a full-on car guy. Now that the season calls for it, he can fix cars.
He's a jack of all trades, apparently. I want to think that the actual background is actually something a little bit sadder and more tragic, where Tommy just keeps jumping from hobby to hobby and he just can't pick anything. He's lost. He's just wayward in life.
People like that who like get really into something a lot for like a few months and then they just go on to something else.
See, I have my couple of, major hobbies and career interests that I'm always working on, but I can be like that, where there'll be a thing that I grab onto real hard and I'm like, it's all I want to do for a few weeks, and then never again. What's that?
Power Rangers board game that you've been playing.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't imagine I'll be playing that every day till I'm dead, but I love it. Like, it'll be interesting to see how much I'm still playing that in a year. But people do this with games. That's not that unusual.
Yeah. But it's a whole new genre of games for you.
That's true. I don't know that that's going to lead into a lot more board game playing. Yeah. This guy does not look like a monster. He looks like a putty.
Yeah, he looks like he could be one of the
foot soldier. I think his name should
I wouldn't be surprised if he was
foot soldier.
Like if he was just a foot soldier from a season we didn't use and they just had the costume.
Yeah. But it would also be really funny if we had some Sentai footage where they're just fighting one.
One putty.
Freddie, what do you think of the morphing sequence in the show?
That's cool.
Oh, see, we're already calling to that. Like he sucked, while he was morphing, he sucked the morphing energy out of him.
Oh, so the Shadow Rangers
Shadow Rangers are just
gray helmet,
just with the suits on, and just like an unfinished helmet that they didn't like paint.
I like it though. It would be cooler if it was all black and white, or if it had just like one little splash of color instead of just the helmet. But I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's memorable. I've seen it in pictures before.
If they ever, in the board game in Heroes of the Grid, and you guys, now that I'm really into that game, will probably hear me reference this a lot, but if they ever get to all the Turbo Rangers, because right now we just have Turbo Red, because they've done a Tommy pack that has Turbo Red, but if we, DJ loves it when I bring that up, if they ever do all the Turbo Rangers, it would be cool to buy 2 of them, and then paint a set like this, and just do gray helmets.
Oh yeah, because
for one of them.
Easily. Just paint less of it.
Because I have 2 sets of Mighty Morphin, and I don't know if I told you about this, DJ, but I'm doing metallic armor for one of them.
Oh, awesome! Yes, that's perfect. Yeah, because I knew you had got that second set.
Yeah.
Yeah, this makes perfect sense. No wonder it makes sense that you like it, because you've been looking at a bunch of Rangers that look like this, basically. Except without the bodies painted too.
Well, no, that's not true, because they have one solid color before you prime them.
Oh, okay. So you'd have to paint it gray.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to get your face right up in that, even if you're wearing goggles.
Well, I learned how to weld in about 10 minutes from the special effects supervisor on Spider-Man: Homecoming, and he did not tell me to get my face that close to it. He also made me wear an entire face mask, which Justin is not wearing right now.
Well, Tommy got himself a race car shop inside of a summer.
I feel like
is this his play? Is he renting this out? Like, what is this play? Like, is he rich? I don't know what's happening.
Well, Billy is on
Aquatar
Aquatar now, so he just took his garage, stole Billy's garage. It's like we just switched characters, like we do after this. We just switched characters every season, but they're the same characters, but they're just completely different.
That's exactly right.
It's like they have the same names and actors. It's like an anthology show.
And what they should do is every time they establish Tommy's garage, they should show you the outside of the school. It'll be like a reverse thing of what they did with the shop at the chemistry lab.
So how come I missed it? Why wasn't he able to? Did they tell Tommy not to try to morph so that they couldn't get a red
Maybe
one?
that's what it was. Yeah, I missed it. We were too busy making fun of the Tommy has his own shop thing. Hey, DJ, it's Power Rangers, so let's talk about superficial things. What do you think of the morphers in this show?
Oh, I don't immediately have a good picture in my mind of what they look like. I'll have to wait until Tommy morphs.
Oh, sure. What is this guy's choreography? Oh, wait!
He's like playing a chipmunk.
Ow. That looks like it would hurt if, it connected.
Yeah, like she couldn't actually hit him in the stomach. All you have to do is flex and just take a...
Wait, did they just say to the Chromite Cave like they're Batman? To the Chromite Cave! Do they also have a Chromite mobile?
Maybe so.
I'm starting to like this guy, actually.
Yeah,
this
Chromite
putty
didn't go with
monster
him to
guy.
his own cave. Tommy looks so annoyed that Alpha greeted him at the door. He was just like,
God, get out of my way, Chief O'Hara. I hate you. DJ, I know you've brought this up before, but now that we're further into the show, I am really missing the original outfits in the background, and it would have been really cool if we'd done it with Zeo. Because we did it with Mighty Morphin
they got rid of them
in Zeo, and what is the point of that? They're just big green tubes or big colored tubes.
Well, as we can see, Diva, or what's her face? What's Demetria?
Demetria,
who is not trapped in a time warp, can somehow just live in Zordon's tube. So maybe all the Rangers can go live in their tubes at some point if they need to.
She ain't Zordon. Yeah, that is true. No, we know that. So, or did I maybe miss...
reprogram Alpha 6? It's already annoying.
Yo! Or did I already maybe miss something with the aesthetic? Is the idea that the outfits are in those tubes except for when they're morphed? Is that what it is?
Crazy. I don't know. We could...
It would be cool. They do that in RPM, I think.
They have a chamber where they keep the suits alive.
Yeah, because in RPM, I haven't seen a lot of that show, but I saw an episode, I probably brought this up, where sometimes when they morph, if you cut back to their command center, you'll actually see the outfits disappear if they're off camera, which is really cool. It's like it's morphin' time, and then they disappear, or whatever the RPM one is, and then the outfits just disappear. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. This is a cool cave set.
It is.
Reminds me of Lord Zed's cave.
And Red and Zeta.
Red and Zeta.
Okay, I remember,
now
of course, really
cool.
hating almost everything about the show. So far, I'm not getting, the vitriol that I was.
No, I wouldn't even say there's been a quality drop since Zeo at this point. It's pretty consistent, I would say.
There's just some bad choices.
Yeah.
The monkey thing is stupid, but we haven't dealt with them much. And the kid thing is stupid, but we already knew about that with the movie.
Oh, he's going to have to... What's he doing here? Taking his own car?
He had to get a part, I guess.
Oh.
And that door had an open sign. Like you can walk in there and do business. I don't know what this place is. All right, Ethan. He's the Jim Carrey monster.
Oops.
DJ, you're getting more out of costume fighting this season than we got in like all of last season.
Yeah, I just lost my place, so I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Oh, that's not good.
So
8:47 from the end. Timestamp around 12:02.
Okay, yeah, I'm at 8:49, so that's fine. Yeah, I was gonna say, and even the, because that was my big complaint about Zeo was there was like none, and even the costume fights were kind of rushed and we didn't get a lot of iconic moments. But this is cool. Like in the pilot, we had that really cool like construction site set or whatever it was, like a warehouse, and this one we have this like shop set that's really cool.
And we've seen almost no Sentai footage, maybe no Sentai footage so far in this episode.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how. I'm wondering if it's mostly just sword fights, because I know we don't even use the turbo putties, the Sentai putties.
Oh yeah, what do you know what they look like, or if they were used for a different show?
They're like pirate things. They're
weird.
They look really terrible. I think they're just like orange guys with like bandanas on their heads.
Probably for the best that we didn't get those then. Would have been great though if that's what we called them. Like, oh no, everybody, look out! Here comes the pirate guys.
Oh man!
Wow, that was cool.
So Tommy can beat all 4 of the other fully powered Rangers with just himself.
Yeah, I guess we have to assume they have Ranger powers, right?
They said that earlier. Adam said, Tommy said they have our powers, and Adam said, "Oh, I can't believe I didn't realize how strong we were when he was fighting himself."
Well,
so they have their exact counterparts powers.
Tommy got really lucky he didn't get kicked.
That would have knocked him through the wall.
She just disappears.
Yeah, what happened? Did Chromecast or whatever his name is just like run out of power?
Chromecast.
Okay, so they're like the space morphers and everything moving forward. They're kind of like the wristband.
Yeah.
And they only have 1 instead of the 2 like Zeo.
I like them better with the 2.
Yeah, it's cool. As long as they can like produce them when they need them and they don't have to wear 2 giant plastic things around all the time.
Yeah, they always do this and then they just show up. I have always kind of wanted a legacy Zeonizer. I don't want to spend $100 or $150 on one, but I'd love to have one.
That would be cool. I like Cat's evil voice. Intruder! It's not quite as raspy as Evil Kimberly in the movie.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to listen to those voices enough. You poser! You know, Tommy having to go through all this by himself, it actually feels like he had something to go up against a little bit. You know, it did didn't feel like the easiest thing in the world like it usually is.
I will say, super cool that the headlights on the helmets actually work.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's a cool thing about this season.
Like, I know you're sick of Tommy being the most important thing, but this is, obviously I'm not going to call it a character piece, but this is like a Tommy-centered episode where he has to go by himself and he doesn't have his friends, and he has to fight what looks like his friends. Like, that's all cool.
Yeah, I wish it was like a 2-parter, though, because that was wrapped up super quick.
We did wrap it up pretty quickly. But it somehow doesn't feel as rushed as it would have in Zeo, probably. I also wish that they could all fight themselves.
Yeah, well, because of the way it works, they're taking their morphing power, so they can't morph.
So they can't, yeah. Oh, I guess I'm rewriting this this very complex and nuanced story. I'm sorry about that. I would take away the spirit of the story if I rewrote it, DJ. I don't want to do that.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. The next season, Space has the best Evil Rangers saga ever. It's like 5 episodes.
It's awesome. And then it's not even done. They keep bringing them back after that.
Yeah. They come back in the next season. I think Lost Galaxy.
I mean, some of them are dead, and they actually keep the dead ones dead, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is cool.
I think just Pink comes back. That's right.
Pink comes back.
there's a lot of cool stuff with those 2 seasons. I'm kind of glad we did 2 space seasons in a row. There's a lot of cool things we did with that. And and you know me, I'm not even a big space guy, but
yeah,
I like that I like the synergy between those 2 seasons.
Yeah, and see, what I like about space is that it's a Star Trek ripoff, and the ways in which it's a Star Trek ripoff, because they're fun. We'll talk about that when we get there, but it watches almost like a parody of Trek in some places. It's fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
And also, I wish that there was a Starfleet vessel that could turn into a Megazord. Voyager looks like it ought to be able to, because Voyager has nacelles that pop up when it warps. DJ, I don't know what that's supposed to do, but like the nacelles go like this, and then it warps, and it looks like it ought to turn into a giant robot after that. But.
So yeah, now all this footage looks really cool because it's Sentai stuff.
They make a big deal out of how big this Megazord is. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it feels larger than most Megazords. The Turbo Megazord.
Wait, it's just solar powered? He's just a solar powered monster. He just dies if they block the sun.
Yeah, well, that's what happened with the Rangers, with the Shadow Rangers.
Okay.
That's how they got rid of them.
The trolls from The Hobbit.
Tommy's like, I figured out your weakness. I'm like, well, that was easy. So I'll retract what I said earlier. I said it wasn't too easy for Tommy. It didn't feel like it until it became that way, but...
Wait, but how are they in a cave then?
I'm trying to give it what I can give it.
Did they have to stand by that bright crystal to keep them alive?
I think that's
maybe?
what it was, yeah.
Okay. So this is the easiest people to beat ever. They just wait till the sun goes down.
Yes, but what's really funny about that is you remember the Dino Megazord had exactly the same thing? It was solar powered, and if you blocked the sun, it didn't operate.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Oh man, I don't even.
Because Rita's got this whole plot where she blots out the sun, and then the Megazord just doesn't work.
That's crazy.
That's a juice bar.
Yeah, that's the juice bar.
How did that work in the Sentai where it's like a living godly creature? It's not like just a robot.
I'm not sure. I don't know what the logic was there.
I didn't think to make it bank some power, like. Like most solar panels, like absorb power and then they can hold it for a while. It's not like immediately the sun stops working.
Okay, so we've never been behind the juice bar before. I guess they just live here.
Oh wow! It's like a back room of a store.
Freddy, Bulk, and Skull got turned into
monkeys. It's
monkeys.
like the layaway area.
That's Bulk and Skull. They're monkeys.
It's funny.
Is it though? I guess Freddy's in the age range that they make the show for.
He's just working for Ernie because Ernie's the only business in the whole town for our main characters to work at.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh, how the adequate have
become
moved
less
sideways. It was more of a horizontal move, really, than a vertical.
See, I want to make up a backstory for Stone too. Like, this guy clearly has been married and divorced 3 times, and he dropped out of high school, and like this is a pathetic guy.
His name Jerome. I never knew that. Jerome Stone.
Yes, Jerome Stone. What a stupid name.
Sorry, if you're listening and your name is Jerome Stone.
Your name is Jerome Stone. I don't know if I'm writing for a TV show, I'm not calling something Jerome Stone. These are not real outtakes. We're just voicing over monkeys.
Oh, I missed it. I didn't click it in time and it skipped ahead.
It's just Bulk and Skull riffing over monkeys bouncing around on a hammock and talking about shampoo.
I love
it was riveting. Okay. Well, I'm with you. I think we could have done more with the Shadow Rangers. See, Shadow Rangers sounds really cool, and then you go, oh, it's just Shadow Rangers because that's how you beat them?
Yeah, it should be Solar Rangers. Why did that sounds much better.
Yeah, it's like if you cast a shadow, then they're dead. So I don't understand how they're...
Yeah, you don't usually name them but for their weaknesses.
Yeah. That'd be like if Superman was Kryptonite Man, because Kryptonite beats him. Well, what you think of that, Freddy?
And Green Lantern is Yellow Lantern.
All right, well, we'll be back with you again in a couple days for another exciting adventure in Power Rangers Turbo, and we'll see if the show continues to sort of win me over. I haven't hated it yet. The Sentai footage has all been great. Like, this was clearly a really cool season.
Yeah.
Over there.
We'll check it out. We should sample at least an episode or something of the Sentais at some point.
We should, and we should start doing that within each series, where, like, we go to the Sentai that this was based on while we're watching this. I know we didn't do that with Mighty Morphin or Zeo, but we can retroactively go back and do those.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see if we could do some research and figure out which episode is a clone of which episode and watch them both. Like
watch them back to back. It's a good idea.
Compare and contrast.
I think
like
this
Fusion
was,
did.
By the way, yeah, we should do that. I think this is and quick plug for Fusion, because he's doing some great Power Rangers content and comparing Sentais with our shows. But I think this was a really good example, DJ, of well-integrated Sentai footage. Like, most of it was ours, and then when you get to the Megazord fight, that's when you jump over. Like, it looked about as seamless as it's going to. It was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, you could see that clearly wasn't a Sentai monster, because he didn't grow. They just towered over him and beat him.
That's true, but I kind of liked how they did that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, we haven't done that before.
It's also funny because that three-parter, and especially that one right in the middle, was like heavy Sentai. It was like 18 minutes of Sentai footage and like 4 minutes of our footage. And then here we have the exact reverse, where we just used maybe like 53 seconds of their footage.
Yeah, no, I like this episode because it shows the Rangers using their brains instead of just like beating the mess out of them. They actually just did something smart.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on how smart it was. I don't know.
Much ingenuity as you're going to get for a show made for primarily 2 to 6 year olds.
Yeah. Hey, but it taught kids what solar powered was. Look at that.
Yeah, and exactly how it works. If you block it out, it stops working immediately. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you had a good time. We certainly did, and we'll see you again real soon. I'm Captain Logan, and that was DJ Martinez. And Freddie hanging out with us. Freddie, can you say bye?
Bye.
See you, folks.